Hello everybody, I have had some requests for you to see how I put on my makeup every day. So I've just done a little boost on my skin. My skin's a little pinkish right now because I've done my cleansing regimen that I filmed, and I did a little boost on it with an alpha hydroxy acid. So right now I've just got serum, moisturizer, a little eye gel, a little bit of an added sunblock on here underneath, and I'm going to show you how I do my makeup every day. And I'm going to actually show you the products that I use. So the first one here is the Tate, there we go, and this one here is a light color, and this is my concealer I use around my eyes. So I have a mirror right here so I can see what I'm doing. That's more magnified. So this is what I do, and I'm going to show you how I put on my makeup every day. And this here is just concealer because I don't always get a lot of sleep, and I get a little dark around my eyes because of that. So here we go. So I just put it mostly focusing on the center here. I don't put it out on the sides. I just put it around my eyes like that, and that's that. The second product I put on is this one here. Sorry. This is called the Bye Bye, and this again is a light color. I love it. It's an SPF 50, and I use about that amount. I'm very big on sunblock, and because of my coloring, I get very freckly. So if I'm not using sunblock and really layering my sunblock, I'm in trouble because my freckles are going to come out even more. So this one here, I spend a little time putting on my actual foundation. This is my foundation and my sunblock all in one. And I do have an additional sunblock underneath this one just as an added sunblock, which I don't always do, especially if I'm going to be indoors most of the time. But you want to make sure, a lot of people, they spend not enough time putting on their foundation. When you put on your foundation, you want to make sure you get it well around the nose, because sometimes if you're not putting it on well, it doesn't show, it shows the pores. So you want to make sure you're getting it in well around your eyes, but not getting too close to your eyes because you've already got your concealer there. So you shouldn't need to put it too close. But you want to make sure you take it all the way out here by the ear, and then out under the ear and onto the neck. And the same here. I put it on my lips. I want sunblock everywhere, because I'm fair and I need to have sunblock everywhere. Okay, so that is my foundation. So I'm just wiping off my hands here. And again, that's the Bye Bye Light, the It Cosmetics. Okay, well, there we go. All right, so that's that one. Now the next thing I do is my blush, and I put my blush on. And I'm going to, I can see better. I've got a magnified mirror down here underneath. I always like to do a lot of blending with my neck because my neck is not my favorite part of my face. And being in my 60s now, I need to, so I just kind of blend it really well, because otherwise it gets very creasy if you don't blend it really well. I'm going to use a slightly dampened towel, make sure my hands are clean here. Okay. All right, so now I've got my blush. Now my blush I use is La Belladonna, and I think this one I use is Marcella. Yes, it is. Marcella's the color I use. And I use a little stubby brush here, and I'm going to use my mirror, sorry guys, because I can't see very well using my phone as my camera. So I put it up here like this. It's minerals. La Belladonna is all minerals, and I'm very big on minerals, and I've talked about them a lot because you can sweat with minerals on. Put a little bit on my chin. You can sweat with minerals on and know that it's not clogging your pores. So that's really important, because I get hot with steam going sometimes, or just hot because of my work. So once I've got my base on like that, I've done with my blush. Now again, I go to my La Belladonna, And this color here is Nicoletta, and this is a great color. It's perfect for me. They have a lot of different colors for all the different Fitzpatrick scales, which is great. And now what I do, I use my Nicoletta, also comes in a retractable brush, right? And I use my loose powder, but this I use as more like my kabuki brush, because I still have some powder in here, but I use this one and I put it on my hand and I just blend in the color I've just put on my face, and just a little bit. It's a light powder. Again, it's an SPF 50 and I love that. And I want as much SPF on my face as possible. Again, I'm smoothing it out here on my hand, but just because this one only has 4 ingredients in it, and it's got titanium, zinc, and oh, I can't read it. It's come off that one. Let me get you another one here so I can read it to you. Okay. So the minerals have got the titanium oxide, zinc oxide, and it's got the iron oxides and bismuth, and that is it. It only has 4 ingredients. So I love that. I love that I can sweat and know that my skin is feeling good. So, all right, so that is the powder. Now the next step that I do is my eyebrows. And as you can see, I don't have a lot of hair left in my brow. I just usually comb them up first. This one here that I really like is the Revlon, and because I put a little bit of reddish color in my hair, a little aubany, I get the auburn one. So I'm going to put on my eyebrows right now. And once I do one, I will show you one of my eyebrows done. Okay, so there's one eyebrow done. So what I like to do is I put it, because I don't have a long brow that goes down very far anymore, I put it up and above the line a little bit. So I hope you can see, so up here, and you can see what I've done on this one here. Now, the great thing about doing this, I know a lot of people, they find it very difficult. You want to always make sure that when you put on your eyebrows that a lot of people, they get them crooked. You want to make sure you have something to the center of your nose, and you want to make sure that the distance here is the same on both sides. So this eyebrow, because it's thinner here than this one in the center, I need to fake it and add a little bit more color there, okay? So what I'm going to do before I do my other eyebrow, I'm going to show you something that is very, very important. I use this here to highlight my eyebrows. So what I do is I put it underneath my eyebrow like this, and I put just a little bit on top, just a little bit lighter, not too much on top. And because I have a freckle right here, I'm going to put a little bit of this lighter color on my freckle. So you can see just what I've done here and see how that has popped my eye without even putting on anything else. So can you see that? And then what you do once you do that is you blend it in. And this one here that I use, I just get it from Ulta Beauty actually. And this one is called Extreme Lasting, and what's the brand? Let me find the brand for you. It's Essence is the brand, and it's waterproof, and which is great, okay? So now what you do is you blend, and this is just a very soft sponge, and I just blend in that highlighter there, just like that. And that is my brow. But see what a difference that makes? And this is what I want to show you. It's great when you can do them yourself. I know that a lot of people like to do the microblading, which I think is fabulous. But because I can still manage my own eyebrows, I'm I'm going to keep doing them as long as I can. But I do think the micro blading is pretty, especially when you have somebody really good doing it for you. It makes such a difference. So, so here we go. I'm just continuing to do this brow. Okay, so we've done the other one right here. And now what we're going to do is we're going to use that same pencil and we've highlighted that one. You can see how I've highlighted it, and now we're going to blend, do the blending. Okay, there's my brows, guys. So after I've done that, I then use just this one here is also the same brand, Essence, and it's a lash and brow gel. And I just put a little bit of that on. It's a clear gel, and it's just to hold my brows in shape. So as you get older, and you don't always know this because a lot of you are not, you know, are young. So as you get older, what happens is your eyebrow, your hair starts to fall out, and things become a lot thinner. So we want to make sure that we keep our brows really good and keep them, you know, as healthy as possible. So if there's things that you can do to help condition them, that's great. The next thing I do is I use a primer on my eyelids, and this one here, I have no, oh, this is Anastasia's. And Anastasia is, she has an eyebrow place in Beverly Hills. And this is her primer. And this color is called Perla. I'm very big on sparkles. I love sparkles. So anything sparkly is great for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you. I put this on my lid, and I put it again. I'm sort of focusing on the middle of my eye. So I put it around here like this, and just a little bit underneath, but in the centers there. And what that does is it really sort of brightens up the eye. Okay. And once you've got that on, it's you know, I never used to use primers, and I really like them. I didn't kind of understand them. And I don't use it on my face, primer on my face, but I can understand if I was doing TV and I was doing a lot of videos where I needed to have a certain look, I could understand the importance of it. But for my eyelids, I like it because I use a little bit of eyeliner, which is going to be my next thing you see me do here. Okay, this is my eyeliner. And I just put a little bit of my eyeliner right around the base of my eye, just like that. And this one, I really like this one. It is, it's Pixie, and I like it because it's really soft. And as you get older, you don't want to be pulling and using things that are really hard on your skin. So I need things that are very soft, because a lot of eyeliners, they pull on your skin and they're not comfortable. So this one here is Pixie, and this color is Bronze Blaze. Okay, so that's the one I use, and that's my base. And I did want to say, sometimes too, when you choose an eyebrow pencil, you want to make sure that it's not too hard, because sometimes certain pencils I've used on my own face, I notice that on my eyebrow, I notice that it pulls the hair out and I'm finding loose hairs. So again, you know, we want to keep our hair follicles clean so that we keep our hair on our head too, as well as our face. But it's really important to make sure that you're not using things that are too abrasive, and that's a problem. So now what I'm going to do, I've got my eyeliner on there, and see, I've been talking and not paying attention. Getting a little color up there on top. So now this one here is Stila, and I love Stila. I love sparkles. So what I do with this is I pull off the end of a Q-tip so that I have next to nothing on there, almost, you know, like it's, just pull the cotton off one end of it like that. And this one here is an eyeliner, but rather than use this base here, I use a clean Q-tip in it, and this is how I get my sparkles on. So you'll see that what I do is I just use the sparkles over top, which sets my eyeliner. And so, as I said, I love sparkles. So I use sparkles as much as I can because they just make me feel good. So there we go. So I'm using that over top of my eyeliner. And sometimes what I do, so I've got my sparkles on there. Sometimes what I do is I can just do like a little bit like that. I'll put a little bit more sparkle up there. Can you see that? And then I'm going to use my other end, which is my fluffy end, and just kind of blend it in up on top a little bit. Just as a little extra sparkle, because I like sparkles. There we go. And then I'm going to use my finger, and I'm just going to kind of blend it in. I don't want it too sparkly, but just a little bit. Okay. So now we've got that on, and I'm just going to wipe these sparkles off because sparkles get everywhere. So once we've done that, then I go back with my same stick, and I'm going to wipe it off a little bit because I'm getting close to my eye. Sometimes I have two sticks, one especially for my eye and one for my eyebrows. Of exactly the same. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit right here in the center. You see that? And we're going to put a little bit of this here, which is just going to brighten up my eye. And I put it out about halfway along. Underneath, about halfway underneath my eye. So you can see that. And now I'm going to go back, and I'm just going to do a little bit of blending, very slight, that's all. And now I'm going to wipe off the end of my stick because I want a clean piece. I'm going to put a little bit on the inside of my eye. So you see that? And that really brightens up your eye. And sometimes when I'm really tired, which is very often, and I have to do a video and look my best for you guys, and I'm so tired and so exhausted, I will always put this inner thing underneath so that I look a little bit more alive. So now we're going to dispose of those things there, and now I'm going to put on my mascara. So I am using, did I show you everything I'm using? Yes. I'm using right now, this is just Maybelline of New York. I like a lot of different ones, mascaras. I change them up all the time. So I love Guerlain. I love, actually, you know, I like Maybelline. I have a few different Maybelline ones. I've used Lancome. I like a lot of different mascaras. And so I think there's a lot of really good ones out there on the market. So I use the very end of my mascara brush to get a little bit more thickness on the ends of my lashes. Mascara, a good mascara is all about the brush though. You want to have a good brush and one that doesn't get all clunky, because when they get all clumpy and they get messy, it's hard to put on. So now that I've done that one eye, I'm going to just put a little tiny bit down the bottom, barely nothing, but just down the bottom underneath. And then I usually end up sort of taking it off because I don't like mascara on my bottom lashes. As you get older, you want to be doing things. So see how I'm taking it off with my fingers, but it's just kind of just enough to like color them slightly. And that's all I want, is just a little bit of color, just to color it slightly, but I don't want to give it thickness like I do on my upper lashes. So as you get older, you want to be doing everything lifting, nothing that's going to pull you down. So I don't want any mascara really clunky on my bottom lashes. And then I'm also going to push my finger up like that, so the end of my eyeliner is not going to be coming down here. I don't want eyeliner under here. I think it looks beautiful on some people, but when you get to a certain age, again, you've got to be careful not to be doing things that drag you down. So I'm just going to do my other eyelash here. So again, I'm just doing the end over here to give it a little bit more thickness on the ends. And there we go. And again, I'm just going to use a little bit down the bottom. And then I'm going to go ahead and take it off. Just pull it through on the bottom lash. And just a little bit like that. Alrighty, there's my lashes. Yay, love lashes. And if you get a little bit of mascara on your areas, you can go back over. I've got just a couple of little dots on that one there. I like to really have this highlighter for the center of my eyes. I feel like it really brightens everything up. And now the last thing I'm putting on is, I don't use a lip colored gloss on my lips usually, unless it's a nude. Because many years ago, about 20 years ago, I had a little silicone put in my lips, and I only had to do it once because it's permanent. I had, I don't know why I did it. I just did it one day. I woke up and thought, oh my gosh, I want bigger lips. So I went and had it done once, and that was it for the forevermore. That's a good thing about silicone, but I know there's, you know, you've got to make sure you have a really good person doing it for you, and it's not necessarily recommended, but I did it. I had a guy that was doing it back in the day. They're very natural, just like silicone boobs, you know, everything feels really fantastic, but they were a little big, and I just didn't want to mess with them to have stuff taken out. So I'm using, I really love these lip glosses. They're fantastic. It is Terry. This is it here. It's just fantastic. I love this so much, this gloss. It tastes really nice, and it's just a nude. It's almost like it's a treatment on your lips, and I really love it. I'm using a clunky end. And that's it. And that's my makeup, guys. That's what I do every day before I come to work. And it doesn't take me that long. It's taken me a little longer today because I've been talking about what I'm doing. But that's it. That's what I do every day. That is my makeup. And yeah, I love it, right? It's pretty natural, looks good, and that's it. So I hope you enjoyed that. And if you are interested in, and you weren't able to catch the names of things and you're wanting to know, let me know. I don't, you know, I don't sponsor anything that I've talked about. This is just my own personal thing I do, and I love this lip stuff. It's fantastic. So there you go. I hope that was fun for you, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye.